Well, I'm getting there. There we go. All sorted. Should be sorted. Just a second, everybody. I just want to see why the plug's not being plugged, why it's not plugging in. Could be here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, perfect. Oh, sure. Oh, there we go. Whoa, and that was the nick of time. So I'm just going to start again and bring in the remaining people who haven't come in yet. Okay, there we go. There we go. See you all. Okay, so just to begin again, welcome to the Jane Love Miracle Medicine, where we discuss our practical case studies, our results, our miracles, and we discuss the natural, nature-made 365 Healthy by Choice products, exactly as nature intended, and how they work with the innate ability of the body to heal. And we sit back, we remove the guesswork with our quantum medical devices and our baseline assessment followed up by a progress assessment. And in that way, we allow the spontaneous miracles to happen and occur and get the results that we do. The products range across from the alchemical products, the fermented probiotics, the superfoods, the adaptogenic herbs, the paramagnetic rock dust, the minerals and salts, the cell oxygen, the iodine, MSMs, etc., the flaxseed oils, and put this together and it potentiates the healing. And the actual individual products like the liver cleanse, the gut cleanse, the skin cleanse, the para-immune defense, are specifically designed and formulated by me to do a specific work in the body, the fat go, the weight loss in particular as well, specifically researched and put together and tested on the quantum devices as well. So we don't ever just provide, for example, the replica RNA, DNA, and hope that the neuropeptides are form in the body. Example, the uracil, adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. We actually measure it. We see it. So everything's measured and validated. The device and the software we use is measured and validated. It's evidence-based medicine, which means it's researched. It's visibly seen in how the person reacts and it's tested on our quantum machine. So there's 3 ways. Evidence medicine works in 3 ways. And so, more than that, I don't really know what to say, excepting we get results. And I said earlier, someone asked me, what do you do? And I said, well, I fix people. And then I qualified by saying we enable the body's innate ability to heal, to fix the body. So that's really what we do. And I mean, what better? Because we can't second guess nature. We can't second guess the body. It's way more intelligent than us. And we're working in the quantum field. So we work with quantum medicine, which is evidence-based medicine. And I'm getting closer and closer to completing my doctorate, everybody. The professor approved all my research up until now. And so just watch the space. I'm going to be finalizing the last 2 chapters and handing it in very shortly. I'm very, very excited because it does represent, in many instances, my life work. And many of you are part of it, and I honor you for taking this journey with me and healing yourselves and enabling me to reach this point. So, lots of credit and celebrations to all of you. And, it's just so heartwarming and gratifying to have people walk in today. Every single person that came in has shown a miraculous improvement in a month. And they went through a bit of a rocky time in the beginning when the body's letting go of terrible toxins, terrible parasites are dying, etc. And we stabilize their oxygen threshold and they just move through. And, terrible things. Some people have humongous anxiety attacks and they can't sleep and they almost wait for the anxiety attack to happen every night because they know it's going to come anyway. That kind of thing just disappears, and not in 6 months. Within days, a week, sometimes 2 weeks. So the whole person is re-engineered back to their authentic, original, organic self, their true essence, who they are. And I talked a lot last week about focusing on the happy things in your life as opposed to the sad things, because if you focus on the sad things, you're going to experience more sad things. If you focus on the happy, fulfilled, your freedom, the joy, the truth, you are going to experience those kind of experiences, and that's it. There's nothing more to say. So check yourself, make some notes there. And last week we did the DMSO, and I really encourage those of you who never tuned in or followed the replay to go and do so, because a lot of your questions will be answered. It will make my life a lot easier, because I get an inordinate amount of questions every day, obviously. So I like you to bring your questions in on a Tuesday and a Thursday, because everybody can learn instead of one-on-one answers. And in that way you can learn. But I'm also spending the next 7 weeks focusing on the main reset, restore, rejuvenate products in the 365 Healthy by Choice stable, the ones that are generically restore the body. So let's say there's calcification or protein buildup or fat buildup or a liver blockage or a kidney blockage or the skin or the lungs or the lymph or the blood, etc. There will be add-on products in the reset package that we put together. But these basic core products, I'm going to do one a week. And then I urge you all, and people who you refer to me and new people who come in, to go and watch these so that you can drench yourself in the information, you know exactly. And in fact, you are then capable of saying to somebody else, this is what the 365 Healthy by Choice Microbiome Reset Live Probiotic with Enzymes does. This is what the 365 Healthy by Choice DMSO does. It's dynamic, etc., etc. And I think in that way we can help a whole lot more people. People are sick, and they sick of being sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I would also be if I had gone to countless number of places to get well. Nobody doing a validation in the beginning, nobody validating afterwards, nobody giving me a knowledgeable, objective result of a before and an after. And we are in the age now where we've moved from belief, and we need it. Not only do we feel it, not only can we go and read on Dr. Google about what a probiotic does, what blue-green algae does, what DMSO does, but we have actually seen it for ourselves, measured, quantified, validated. And this is extremely important. And that's why, I mean, my work is joy. It's not even work, it's a vocation. I love what I do. It's my purpose, and it all ties together, because through you and your bodies, we are able to effect healing, proper healing, a shift from being ill to being well. And then we join all the dots, and that's what my research is going to the next level. All right, which you'll hear more about. So that's just a bit of our introduction. Today we are going to be talking about some specials, the same specials that we're running for February, which would be the live probiotic, the Microbiome Reset. It's the 350 ml bottle, and the DMSO 50 ml bottle, and the DMSO eye drops, and the DMSO nose drops. Okay, they are all less 20%, as well as the weight loss. So the weight loss is also at the 20% discount. So we'll talk about those a little bit later, but that's, lovely savings for all of you. And it just means you can put the savings towards another product or next month's, when you restock. So seldom do people need to come to me more than 3 times. It's probably on average twice, because by then I've also coached you in the consultation process, and you've by then gone and gone to the website, you've read the information on there, and you've asked me the question or two, and you know what you're doing. The people that become very logical about everything are their own worst enemy. They end up irritating themselves. They end up agonizing over things they shouldn't. Rather just sit back, be in your centered space, and let the body do the work for you. The effect will be a quantum leap compared to if you try and control the process. And this is what it is. As humans, we need to let go of that and let the body and nature take control over us, and let it all naturally happen for us, and thereby also shifting and removing neurological, emotional toxins and improvements in our spirituality. So those 4 areas need to be addressed and shifted from illness to wellness. Okay, so it's very, very important to relax and trust this process. I've been in this game too long, and the results are proven day in and day out. So it's not about wondering if this is going to work. It is going to work. And there's only one thing that gets in the way, and that's your mind. So we've got to get the mind out of the process, because it's judgmental, it's emotional, it's, I don't know, gets in the way. It tells you things you don't want to hear and shouldn't be hearing. The mind is the one that tells you on a Sunday, no, don't get out of bed. You don't need to walk today. You don't need to exercise. You need a rest today. That's your mind. Don't allow it. Work with the gut brain. You've made your decision. You know what you're doing. Go and do it. Those are the easy cases. The huge miracles are the people that just do it. Okay, so that's it. Now, so we're going to be looking now, as I said, at the top 7. The basic stable of 7 products. DMSO was last week, and today we're going to be talking about the really miraculous and intelligent Microbiome Reset, which has got 80 to 120, more likely 120 live strains. And this is with the certificate of analysis. So Japan has the trademark, and they have the certificate of analysis. So they send it to our master brewers who brew on our behalf exactly as we ask them to do it, according to their methods though. And we are then guaranteed that in each bottle, the effective microorganisms as per the certificate of analysis are inside. Okay, so it's brewed anaerobically, so it's not open to air. But each time you pour your teaspoon, your 2 teaspoons, your tablespoon, a little bit of air enters. And then you pour again, a little bit more air enters. So the volume of air increases. And as that happens, just naturally, you'll get little specks on the top, actinomyces, all completely natural. They're a little bit aerobic, but absolutely natural, absolutely harmless. In fact, helpful to the body. So that's the only thing you need to remember. The pH is we pour this at below 3.7, which is highly acidic. No pathogen can live at a pH of less than 4, actually. Definitely not less than 3.7. So people will call me, Jane, I've had the probiotic for 2 months or so. Is it still good? And I just say, well, test the pH. If it's below 3.7, it's absolutely perfect. Make sure you seal it. Don't put it in the fridge. They will die. These are live probiotics. It's not like anything that's been stored in the cold chain. In the cold chain, you will get a maximum of 12 microbes. Man-made, man-isolated, not naturally brewed. And most commonly, you will get 1 or 2. Now, that's going to upset your microbiome because we have gazillions of, it's like a fingerprint. We have our own microbiome and we have a gazillions of microbes. So we have the 180 to 120 live strains and the sub-strain. So this will restore your microbiome blueprint on its own. And this is one of the reasons we get huge results. This is one of the reasons how we get the gut to digest and absorb the food properly. It contains also absorbing water. It contains hydrolase enzyme. Absorbs water, oxygenase enzymes to absorb the oxygen through the lungs. So these microbes then spread around the body. And I'm going to be talking today about the gut and the brain, and that the microbes live in the brain too, just to tell you. And that inside the cell, the mitochondria are in fact eukaryotes. They are bacteria. So there's no getting away from this. We're 90% microbial, and 99% of our genetic material is the microbe. These are our friends. When my children went to school in the morning, I would say, please have this small glass of friends. Take your friends to school with you. All right. So we'll talk about how they detect things, how they grow, and how they evolve us, how they evolve our DNA, because the microbes are evolving, and they are keeping us in an evolving state. And they imprint on our DNA, and therefore our DNA will evolve at the right pace according to time and space in the quantum field. All right, so these are essential. People with depression, there's only one reason: the gut is flat. They have no microbes. All right? These microbes make the serotonin. They make the dopamine, the GABA, the PEA, the neurotransmitters. Made in the gut, transferred up to the brain. The brain will receive the messages via the microbes in the gut, actually. So there's a huge connection, but the major connection is the microbes. That is how the gut and the brain speak. The intelligent microbes are telling the brain what's going on. Okay, so anxiety, depression, all of those neurological disorders, diseases, can be linked to a poor microbiome. So, we say to mix it in the water, and that's right, and that's true. The taste is in between salt and lemon. But honestly, you can actually have it straight out the bottle, or pour a bit into a shot glass and take it straight. There's no problem with that at all. Especially when you're eating and you don't want to drink, obviously, a whole volume of liquid. You just want concentrated liquid, like in the Microbiome Reset, like a concentrated flaxseed oil. So very, very important. And I'm going to just show you the rest of the stable. So don't forget our Ormus Gold, which I'll be talking about in one of the following weeks to come. Don't forget the flaxseed oil. Okay, the highest life force oil, and what I'm going to tell you what it does. But I will speak about it a bit today too, because it lines the gut. And by lining the gut, lining the lungs, the reproductive system, the oxygen can transfer better because there's immunity there and also enzymes. And by lining the gut, we get better absorption, but also we get better digestion because they're in the gut. And they scavenge all the toxins, the GMO, and so on. So the flaxseed oil is part of the stable. The oxygen drops are part of our stable, which I've done many times, but I will do again. And part of our stable, very, very important, our replica RNA DNA, also made by very, very intelligent bacteria. That's the human nucleoproteins, uracil, adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine, and they are inside the middle of the cell, restoring the genetic code, making sure that each cell thereafter is the pure, authentic human genetic code in time, in reality, as per our evolution right now, working with the microbes, with the Ormus Gold, with the flaxseed oil, with the oxygen, with the DMSO. And then we have a choice of either the Activa stem cells as a nutrient, or the Stress Defense Shield capsules, or this is the seventh one, or the Smoothie Boost or the Brain Fuel. So this is going to bring in the nutrients that you need with all the essential proteins, long chain sugars, not the sweet ones, all the minerals, all the vitamins, phytosterols that we need, all the building blocks that we need for the body as nutrition. So then we've stabilized the minerals, the oils, the proteins, the vitamins, phytosterols. We're detoxifying with the oxygen, the DMSO, stabilizing the human genome. And I mean, the rest of it is up to the body. And that's what I said to you. These are our, this is our stable, right? And then if on our assessment it shows that you need a liver cleanse or a gallbladder flush or decalcification or protein, help with protein metabolism or fat to go or excessive amounts of environmental toxins or parasites, then we will add one of the designed products to do that for you and enhance what we're doing. Right, and then when we move to the restore and the rejuvenate part, we increase the nutrients, and we can reduce the oxygen, reduce the DMSO, and so on. What we would always take, I think, on a day-to-day basis is the Ormus Gold, the Flaxseed, the Microbiome Reset, and then on a maintenance dose, you would take the oxygen and the DMSO, and that might differ for different people. There's other things you can add to this table if you want. We could add the 8th one, the Zeolite, because then you've got the paramagnetic effect coming in as well. So maybe we should say, the big 8, and that would suit me because I love octagons. So let's call it the big 8, and we'll bring in the Zeolite. I've talked about Zeolite already. So those of you who are interested, go to the Jane Mackenzie YouTube or go to the 365 Healthier by Choice library. And all those YouTubes are sitting there as well. So either way, and go and listen again to the Zeolite because it's quite powerful too. Okay, so then that brings us back to specifically the Microbiome Reset. And what I want to look at here in particular is some of the great benefits of the probiotic. So you will find other liquid probiotics. However, the Microbiome Reset, you will read there, it's 2nd generation live probiotic. That means we took the master brewer's product, which we've instructed anyway. Then we added, if you read on here, we've added blue-green algae, chlorella, spirulina. We've added 6 medicinal mushrooms, reishi, chaga, lion's mane, shiitake, maitake, cordyceps. We've added ashwagandha, astragalus, Siberian ginseng, the adaptogenic herbs, rhodiola included, some Himalayan salt, the minerals, some moringa, some baobab, and we've added some rock dust, all right, and kelp. So by adding these super nutrients, the microbes are so intelligent, they've taken the electron density, if you like, the structure of these nutrients and reformulated them into even higher state nutrients. So nutrients that aren't even written about. So it really makes it a super powerful nutrient, much more powerful than anything else on the market because you can't find this. I've looked. All right. So I really did bring you the most powerful of the probiotics. And as I said, so long as the pH is below 3.7, this product is stable. And just incidentally, we use the universal base probiotic, which is also available on the website. We use that for our animals and for our plants. So this is brewed in the microbial cloud that we live in, and exactly for humans, plants, and animals. So nothing synthetic about this. Absolutely food state, raw, plant-based, whole food, quantum spin. And I'm going to find for you just now pictures in the video of what the probiotic looks like under the microscope. I have already shown you. So in previous recordings, you'll find it. So then most probiotics are measured according to colony forming units. Why? Because of the cold chain. So if the cold chain is broken, the effective microorganisms die. So those that 1, 2, or 12 that they've selected will die, and they need to be in this cold chain. They need to be taken out of the fridge and consumed half an hour before you eat, Who does that? I'm not sure. So that they have an opportunity to come out of the dormant cold chain state, replicate a bit so that when you do eat and consume your food, they're ready. So we don't have any of that. This product is stored on the shelf, in a dark shelf, away from a plug, because any electromagnetic field is going to affect any living microbe anyway, regardless of, it will affect us too. And I've told you the story about the kombucha, where we used to ferment it on a wooden cupboard far away from the fridge, and I decided to rearrange things and put them next to the fridge on a fancy table, and they started dying. This is long story short. And I got up one day and I realized, oh my word, they're living and they're in the field of the fridge, outside the fridge, the field of the plug and the fridge, electromagnetic field, which is anti life. And I moved them straight away back onto the wooden cupboard where they were in the beginning, and they just flourished and have flourished ever since. So that's proof that there's an electromagnetic field. It's proof that it's anti-life. Okay, and anti-life. So don't put these anywhere near the electromagnetic field. And if you're sitting in front of the computer with lights on and phones and everything, you are killing your live microbes in your body. So we do need to get up and walk and all the rest of it and replenish. Also, we have a moving gastrointestinal tract, which means they will move out. So we've got to restore them. They're essential, by the way. So we don't manufacture microbes. And we need to have the prebiotic as well, which is in the form of inulin usually. And you would find that on certain foods, like the very cellulosey foods, artichoke, celery, brown rice, raw dairy, those kind of foods. You'll find the prebiotics. So that's what they live on. So we must also consume those foods so that they have a nice substrate to multiply in our gut. So the multiplication is happening all the time. So as I said to you, the stock is certified, has a certificate of analysis. It's not freeze dries. The freeze drying kills about 90% of the microbes, just to tell you. So it's supporting the gastrointestinal tract by building and rebuilding and imprinting on your microbiome blueprint, and it's supplying the organisms in the effective form. Should there be a need for the body's immunity to be alerted, in other words, a toxin comes in, a parasite comes in, not only do the white blood cells shoot to the site, but so do these, but they shoot there in the opportunistic form, the aggressive form. They shapeshift immediately and they target it, the area, to go and help the white blood cells. So if you don't have these in your gut, you will end up missing out on 50% of your immunity. So they're critical for the immunity. And, you know, most of the immunity is around the belly button, near the gut, so we do need them there. Remember the enzymes that are in here too. And they occur naturally. They scavenge heavy metals, genetically modified organisms. They will remove gastric reflux, intestinal discomfort, bloating, pain, blockages. They're going to work together with enzymes and zeolite and flaxseed oil and so on, but they work towards reducing all of that. So absolutely critical with gut disease, irritable bowel, Crohn's disease, SIBO, and cancers, degeneration, blockages, diverticulitis, hernias, hemorrhoids, those kind of things. Okay, and we need them. And I mean, one of our products also on special is the weight loss. You need microbes for weight loss because they help digest your food and move it out the gut. And they're very important for sealing leaky gut, together with the replica RNA, DNA. Critical. And the flaxseed oil, those three, very, very important to seal off that gut so that the wrong microorganisms from the gut don't enter into the bloodstream and enter the brain and the rest of the body. And also the partially digested, undigested, fermenting food doesn't enter into the bloodstream. And I see that. I see it with the live blood analysis and under the microscope. You see all sorts of things in the blood. And that's dangerous. And that will attract parasites in the blood to stay. Then you've got a thick blood, and we all know about thick blood. It moves slowly, and it can't carry the oxygen, and the red blood cells stick together and can't carry food and oxygen to the cells or carry the waste and carbon dioxide away. So it will also remove this high acidity, especially in the gut and in the stomach, and reduce inflammation. And it will also improve the antioxidant level, because it is an antioxidant too. So that's important. And dosage wise, I would suggest that we use, depending on the severity, I would say between 1 teaspoon and 1 tablespoon per serving. And you can do that 1 to 3 3 times a day, actually, because every time we eat, we should have some form of microbe. You can definitely use a cross section and use sauerkraut the one meal, or kefir the other meal, or medley or miso or something in between the microbiome reset. But this is the most powerful. It's got the widest cross section of organisms. So the aerobic ones have only got a certain amount, and they only really work on the upper respiratory tract. This one will do the upper respiratory tract and the lower respiratory tract organisms, especially the colon. Okay, so that's just really, really, really important. And then what else? You can use them, people who like to eat oats in the morning or grain and want to pre-digest them, you can get your oats out. You can pour a little bit of water in, and you can put, half a cupful or quarter of a cupful into the oats and cover it. And in the morning, it's already pre-digested for you. And the phytic acid is removed. The gluten is pre-digested, and any toxins that might be present on the oats, if they're not completely organic, etc., will be removed. So they will do that for you. And they'll just pre-digest your food for you. So the oats taken like that, you can eat them straight. You don't even need to cook them. Add a bit of honey for all the enzymes. I think honey has about 5,000 live enzymes, which also are going to help digestion and the meal that you eat. And I would add the stress defense shield or the brain fuel to those oats, or the sorghum, whichever you prefer. Shouldn't be oats every day. Your millet, your buckwheat, your quinoa, because then you're getting that powerhouse of raw nutrients. I would add berries, and the almonds I would add, but I would pre-soak those almonds. You can pre-soak them even in the with the oats as well, provided there's enough water. So that will also remove the phytic acid. And then you're not you're not binding the calcium in that meal, because oats that haven't been soaked, almonds that haven't been soaked have got phytic acid. They will bind the calcium. You will get zero calcium absorption. Just saying. So yeah, that's what I would do. That sounds great. Otherwise, I would just make my normal smoothie anyway. The microbiome reset, I like to have either after the Ormus in the morning, or as the first thing, with the juice of a lemon in the water. And then if you want to take any of the recommended nutritional liver cleanse or chunkypedra or immune defense, take it with the liquid. And then when you eat, then I would do the RNA, DNA, the replica, the stem cells, the stress defense shield, the flaxseed oil. Flaxseed oil I don't blend, I don't do anything. By the way, to those oats, I would add, to those cool oats, because they haven't been cooked, I would add the flaxseed oil there too, a little bit of coconut oil as well. Then you've just got such a cross-section of wow stuff. So with this in the morning, I like to also take the zeolite, a teaspoon of zeolite in water. I also like a teaspoon or more of MSM powder. I like to take iodine as well. And those that you've been with me will have that dosage schedule of mine. That's why I put it all that there. If you need iron, you need to take it then as well. So that whole thing will work to alkalinize you and hydrate you and cleanse the colon, ready for the day. And then you, as I say, you go and eat your breakfast, and then you would have this throughout the day, and especially at dinner time, with the flaxseed oil, also to enhance digestion and peristaltic movement and elimination. So working very well with this, as I said to you, is plant fiber, whole food plant fiber, and especially the intense fibers, which are the prebiotics too. So that's just amazing, and that's works fantastically. So now what I think I'm going to do, if you just bear with me, I'm going to find the little video clip that I did of these microbes, so that you can see how gorgeous these are. And let me just see where they are. I think I must just go and look on another group. Because it really is stunning to see. I know where I'm going to find them, of course. I know exactly where I'm going to find them. This lady. Okay, let me get her quickly. It is really worth seeing. Yeah, all right. I know where to find them. Let me just get it on here. Where did the WhatsApp go? I might just have to call it in quick. Okay, sorry, I just left the room by mistake. So let's just have a look here now. This is these are the live microbes under the microscope. So you will notice. So did you see how they held their central point? Did you see how they stayed centered? And this is the most important thing about a beneficial microorganism. The pathogens do not hold their central point. They scoot around the slide. Hysterically, almost. No central point to them at all. Wrong magnetic spin. So this is a very good example of how we should be stable and orientated around our central point. If you get what I'm saying. And without enough of these, if we don't have 90% of us is not topped up with microorganisms and 99% of our genetic structure is not being topped up with the microorganisms, how can we expect to stay in our central point? Because we will be filling up with all sorts of toxins, parasites, chemicals that have no central point. So we will be easily distracted and easily pushed off our central point. And I see Dipti in the audience as well. I mean, all of us talk all the time about being present, centered, and orientated around that central axis. And these microorganisms are responsible for our happiness, our fulfillment, our freedom, our joy, our peace. And this is just on a much, much higher level of our existence. So the things I'm sharing along the way here are to bring this information and knowledge to you so that you can use it and not have to wait 20, 30, 40, 50 years to learn. To learn or to hear about, shall I say. Just checking there. All right, so these are very, very important things that I'm showing you and speaking to you about. So the other important thing about microbes is that they greet each other. In other words, my microbes and your microbes, if we came into close contact, they would greet each other and speak to each other and exchange form readily, spontaneously, without us even knowing it. When I walk outside in the garden, my microbes are now resonating with the microbes in the air, with the microbes around the peaches, around the apples, around the spinach. And there's a whole conversation going on there, a dynamic that I don't even know about, just to tell you. And that I think that's just absolutely amazing, and we should know about it. So they're shaking hands all the time and benefiting and sharing energy and sharing electrons. To the point is if somebody walks in the room on an antibiotic, an anti-life biotic, right? My microbes will go shrivel and go and hide. Some of them will die because that antibiotic in that person will affect my live, beneficial, healthy microbes. So, and they've tested this. It's not just what I'm saying to you. So it's very important that we know the subtle effects of the microbes. My chickens get the microbes, my animals, my dogs, my friend who's got monkeys, and my plants, the lemon trees and all the spinach, the vegetable garden, the fruit, the berries, they all get the microbes too. So they get the Ormus gold, they get the kelp, spirulina. to grow properly, to grow. Yeah, so that I think is just amazing, and it's on special now. The smaller bottle, the 350 ml bottle is on special, saving 20%. So it's coming in instead of 300, it's coming in around 250. And the DMSO, which we talked about last week, is 250, and it's 20% still coming in at about 210. And the eye drops and the nose drops normally 150, and they're coming in at about what did I say? Just to tell you, at about 130 Rand each bottle. And then the weight loss bottle is 5. Let me just get that one. Just around about 600. So you're saving almost 100 Rand on this one. Yeah, so that's what I'm bringing you and educating you on. And each week, as I say, I'm going to be going through the big 8. Let's just call them the big 8. Namely, again, the probiotic, the flaxseed oil, cold pressed, never heated ever, the cell oxygen, the drops. We've also got the capsules, the replica RNA DNA, the DMSO, and either the active stem cells or the stress defense shields, depending on what we're needing to do and what the background is, as the nourishment and all the building blocks, the nutritional building blocks. And you can even have that in the form of stress defense shield or the brain fuel. And then last but not least at all, the most powerful, the most full of life force is the Ormus Gold. Okay, and in that way, we're giving the body the most powerful, most life force full nutrients to detox, repair, restore, rejuvenate in the nature-made form, as nature intended, the DNA intact, the intelligence of the plant intact, so that the body can just do its work and that we get very quick results. Measurable, as I said to you, with the quantum devices before and afterwards, as how we see people, their vitality, how they're speaking, how they're looking, the conversation's completely different. And, well, in any event, research. So that's the evidence-based medicine in the quantum medical field, the new paradigm of medicine. And that's what we offer at the Bryanston and the White River 365 Healthy by Choice branches. Do come in. Those people who want a consultation with me, you can just easily contact me on my WhatsApp. There's the phone number, and I'm just going to put the website shop here. Oh, let me just start again, sorry. And go and have a look. Then you can go and read also what I've spoken about under all of these products. Sometimes there's a little video clip as well. If there are any questions, please let me know, and we can grow from strength to strength. So look after yourself, look after your microbiome, look after your genes, and these are the friends, the miraculous and intelligent microbes. And I haven't even really scratched the surface, because there's now evidence which is showing that the beneficial microbes do migrate and live in the brain, and very important for all these psycho diseases and so on. So people on oral contraceptive destroy your microbe. People on sweeteners, NutriSweet, aspartame, saccharin, destroy the microbiome. Just to tell you, most medicines will destroy the microbiome, especially antibiotics. So be careful. All right, being aware is the first step. I thank you so much for coming through, and we will see you next week, Tuesday and a Thursday. Thanks so much. Go well.